Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I am here with a video on a community event that I said I was going to do. So this is basically, I don't know what to call it. I'm just going to call it like a 5 into 5 anime or any type of like manga light novel, your best and the top most like 5 into 5 grid um, event. Like I said, I don't know what to call it, but basically I told you guys that if you want to submit, there'll be a grid given to you in which you can put on your favorite anime, manga, light novel, visual novel, web novel, manhwa, what else, like video games, like gacha games, all these things you can put. And like I will look at them and I will give my impressions and I'll see which ones I know, and I'll try to kind of rank it, I guess you could say, like based on my taste. I'll be ranking it, and the one that is closer to my taste, I'll give it like the #1 spot, that kind of thing I'm going to do. Now I think like I did this quite a while ago, like I think like 14 to 15 days ago, and a lot of submissions came in, so this is probably going to be the first video on this. I don't think I'll be able to cover every single one in this one, so this might get another video later, and I'll cover the rest of it there, but I'll try my best to cover as much as I can here. But obviously, like I'm going to talk about each and every one of these, like submissions that you've given me, so it'll take a while. So if you want to know how many submissions I got 15, including mine. So it's quite a bit, and yeah, I'm very happy that there's so many like submissions to go through. So this might have be like a two-part video, just in case I'm not able to complete everything here. Anyways, so yeah, let us get started. So I'm going to start with mine first, so that you guys can see what type of shows and what type of things I like. Then I will be going through the different submissions by date. So the person who submitted it first, I'll be doing theirs first. Like that, I'll go. And yeah. So and obviously, there'll be a lot of things that I won't know from here. So I might do a little bit. If I have my phone, I'll just search. The thing that I don't know, and I'll see what type of show or what type of things that you have recommended, and I might have to research a bit on that. But we'll see about that. We'll cross that bridge when we'll have to. Anyways, without further ado, let us get started. So, like I said, I will be doing mine first. So here, the Discord, like screen will be given here. Everything is there in my Discord, so I'm putting the screen over here. And as you can see, this one is mine. So this is my submission. Like I said, I'm going to just go through this first so that you guys can see what type of shows and video games and stuff that I like, and then I'll just move on to the others. Now I'm a person who watches anime, sometimes read mangas, doesn't read that much mangas, so I haven't really put any mangas in my submission. I do play quite a bit of video games, like normal JRPG games, Western games as well. I play a lot of visual novels, and yeah, and that's it. That's basically me. I don't read night novels. I don't read web novels, manhwas, all these things I don't do. I have read a few manhwas here and there, but not that much that I can put them on here. I haven't really read that many mangas as well that stood out to me, or that hasn't gotten an anime adaptation. Most of the good ones that I've read has already gotten an adaptation, so I cannot put them over here. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. Now let me zoom in on the submission that I gave. This is mine. So as you can see, the first one is obviously Monogatari series. Now if you've been watching my channel, you'll know how much I love Monogatari, and so yeah, obviously it will be there in this list. It's the very first one, and yeah, like I said, I think like Monogatari is top on my list. Like all the animes that I've watched and everything, Monogatari is the best, at least in my opinion. But I just love this show so much. It just, like, at first I didn't know what to do with this show when I started watching it, because it was so confusing and so all over the place. But little by little I realized what a good show this is. And obviously the charm of the show is in the dialogue, like absolutely phenomenal dialogue. And I just love hearing them talk with each other. Like Monogatari has episodes where they literally just talk sitting in one place, and the time just flows by for me. It's that entertaining to me. So I feel like Monogatari is a type of a show which a lot of people will like and which a lot of people won't like, because it'll be not their cup of tea, this type of a show, like this type of dialogue driven show. So that is why I guess you could say Monogatari has a very like dedicated fan base, but at the same time it's not really that big in that way. But I'm just glad that I'm one of the people that can appreciate this show and see its true charm. And oh my god, I like, and I've rewatched this show so many times, and every single time I rewatch it I find something new about this show. Like it's still ongoing. I just rewatched it a few days ago because I need to get prepared for reacting to the latest Monogatari. And when I rewatched it, I found realizing more things about this show. It's absolutely phenomenal. Anyways, I cannot stop praising this show if I start, so I'll just stop here. Anyway, so that's the first one. The second one, which is this one, is Sangatsu no Lion, another show which is very close to my heart. It's a show about shogi, but that's not really the show. The show has a lot of other things. It deals with human relationship, human problems, like a kid suffering from his own troubles, like depression and stuff, and how he's able to overcome it and move forward in his life with the help of a few people. And it is just done absolutely brilliantly. And it's such a shame that it just got 2 seasons, and I just pray to God that this gets a sequel, because the manga is still ongoing, I think. I'm not really sure, but it has enough source material for an adaptation. So I just don't know why, like, this is very highly rated, this show. I just don't know why they're not like adapting this anymore. Like, what's up with this? I feel like like a day will come when we'll get Sangatsu no Lion back again, and I just can't wait for that day. But this is another show that I barely hear people talking about, but it's just something that I like. I just really love these type of shows. And yeah, like, it's just, yeah, again, I feel like this is this type of show that is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but still, this is also one of my favorites. I've talked about the show multiple times in my other videos as well, but yeah, since it's one of my top shows, it's there. The third one, which is this one, is Vinland Saga. Obviously, I've spoke a lot about Vinland Saga. I've said a lot about how much I love this show, and yeah, it is amazing. We recently got season 2, so I'm just really eagerly waiting for season 3 whenever there's going to come. But this is a show which is just something different. It's funny because I remember when Vinland Saga aired, I was like, oh, I should skip this. I didn't know anything about that show then. And then I watched it, and I watched the whole thing up until the end, of the first season. And I was like, damn, this is something new. And this is the thing. I feel like for me, it's not a sudden realization that I really love a show. It's a gradual realization. Like, I watch, like, every single time, like, for example, Monogatari as well. I watched Monogatari and didn't really think much about it. But then I kept watching, and after I ended watching it, I still didn't think much about it. But then little by little, time goes, and I contemplate on, like, the whole show, and, like, little by little I think more about it. And then suddenly one day I realized that, oh, I just love this show. It's probably my top one. Every single show happens like this. I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but at least for me, it's such a gradual realization. I just don't like click my fingers and be like, oh, this is the best. No. Like, Finland Saga was the same thing. I watched season 1 and I was like, okay, this is very interesting. And then I just forgot about it. Then little by little, as time went on and on and on, suddenly one day I realized, like, damn, I actually really love this show. This is the top one for me. And then so now it's here. So yeah, it's just that. And then season 2 came out. Season 2 was as good as the first one. So all in all, it's a fantastic show. I'm sure everybody knows about Vinland Saga. It's quite popular. So yeah, season 3. I'm waiting. Right. The next one is Oregairu, or my teen romantic comedy snafu. One of the slice of lives that I absolutely adore. A show, again, a lot of people kind of misunderstand and don't really get, which is understandable because this show has a few things which is, I don't know, a bit complicated, and you just need to accept a few of the things in this show to properly get the true essence of this show. One of the most, I guess you could say, complicated characters, Hachiman, the main character of the show, is the part where I feel a lot of people gets conflicted, where he does a few things in the show which is like a lot of people are not able to understand why he did that. But in my opinion, that is the main point of the show. Like that is literally him. And I feel like this show just brings out like the, I don't know what to call it, like the complexities of human emotions and how different people are in such a good way. Like each and every character has something going on with them, deep inside their head. There's a second layer to every single character in this show. Maybe a third layer as well. So every character that you see follows such a crazy like trope of all slice of life shows, but then you realize, oh no, that's not it. This ain't the real person. There's something else going on, and it's just done so brilliantly. Like I said, this show is like a typical like tropey type of show. It's in the first glance you feel like you get to see the characters and you're like, oh, this character will be like this. He seems like he'll be a character like this. He seems like he'll be a nasty type of character. He seems like he'll be a good character, kind of like that. But then the more you watch the show, the more you realize that like appearances deceive. Different characters have their different problems, and it's just, like I said, it's done so brilliantly. And I just love this show so much. And again, it's another dialogue driven show, so I feel like a lot of people don't like this. Well, I won't call it don't like this, but they don't really like properly like get the true essence of this show after watching it one or two times. But yeah, for me it's one of the best. So there you go, Oregairu is there. Next is Mushoku Tensei. Now Mushoku Tensei is a very recent show. Now I didn't really think much about it at the beginning, but then like as like season 2 came out, I just realized like, okay, this show is a bit different from the normal isekais that we see. Normal isekais just focus on the character, how much powerful they can get, this and that, how cool they are, or how ordinary they are but they become so cool, that type of power fantasy kind of thing. But this is different. This is a show about a dude who messed up in real life, and with that memory he comes to another world and decides to change. But obviously, like most of the isekais, characters change at the blink, like in a blink of an eyelid. Like they just, it's as if like they get transported to a new world and they press a switch and immediately that guy becomes so cool. Obviously that's not how it goes. So the main character here suffers. He suffers a lot, makes a lot of mistakes and suffers through that, and then realizes, I need to change myself, and little by little changes. This is one thing that felt very realistic to me and organic to me, and I really liked this direction that this show is taking, where like half of the other isekais are literally characters just like getting transported and immediately becoming some kind of like alpha sigma whatever kind of guy in like one switch, while this show takes a more realistic approach in that sense. He doesn't change at all, but he wants to change, and the effort that he puts in changing makes me appreciate this show. So it's a flawed show. The main character himself is flawed, so obviously the stuff that he does will be flawed as well. But I feel like that's the true essence of this show, and I really like this show, and I feel like the world building and everything is done extremely well in this show. Like no wonder people call this like the one true isekai. Like I remember people calling it like the grandfather of isekais or something. I wondered why, and now I can kind of understand. Okay, the next one is Gintama, and oh my god, Gintama is extremely popular. Like I don't think I need to say much, but this is a show which has comedy, which has weirdness, which has serious stuff, which has a compelling story. Like I don't think there's anything that you cannot find in Gintama. I feel like Gintama is every single genre at the same time, with its like parody and just like plain like craziness, absolute like this show is just good, like absolutely amazing. And like I feel like it's a bit difficult for a lot of people to understand Gintama. Even I cannot understand a lot of the jokes and everything goes over my head. So I feel like a lot of people kind of tend to drop this at the very beginning when they don't understand and when the story is a bit slower. But this is, in the long run, this is probably one of the best shows. Like I I remember watching this show with like it's very like a fond memories to me. And like certain arcs in this show is just so good. Like I cannot explain the emotion this show can, like, it can make you laugh uncontrollably, it can make you depressed and sad by in the next scene. That's what they can do. Like I'm not going to say anything, it'll be a spoiler, but there's a certain scene in this show that I'll never forget, a certain death of a character, a very very what can I say, like a side character, like a character that people don't really give to, like, usually, like, in shows, side characters, like, I'm not talking about main supporting characters, no, not them, the side characters, like the actual side characters who barely get like 2 or 3 scenes, like in, like, 5, 7 or 8 episodes or something, those type of characters, like I feel like in this show there's one, I'm like I said, I'm not going to spoil, I'm not going to say anything, that's why, but there's one such character, such side character, whose death still makes me like extremely disappointed and sad. Like I said, this show is like I don't think I've ever, like, I've seen like in a lot of like characters die in animes, usually main characters and stuff, and the amount of sadness I feel for them is obviously like a lot. But I don't think there has ever been a show that could make a side character's death so memorable for me, and I'll never forget it. It's just so hauntingly, like, just sad. I'm sure a lot of people might be able to guess who I'm talking about, who have watched Gintama, but I'm not going to say the name here. Yeah, because it's a huge spoiler. Anyways, that was that. Yeah, Gintama, like, obviously it's there. It definitely deserves to be there. Then we have Dangers in My Heart, a new show, a very new show. I actually read the manga before, but the anime came out and I was able to appreciate it even more. This is a show which I feel like, at least for me, this is like, what can I say? This is like such a wholesome show in such a good way, and there's just so many things that this show nails properly. A few things that a proper rom-com should do, this show nails it perfectly. And I just love the chemistry of the two characters, and it's just so great to see both of them like pushing each other in the correct direction. Usually, like, a lot of the rom-coms make a mistake of kind of like leaning towards one side. Maybe like the female character has more character development, the male character has more character development. Usually in shoujos, the male character have more character development, while in normal, like, like the like male centric rom-coms, the female characters have more development, I think. Yeah. So usually it's like this, but this show, it does a perfect job of blending both together, and each character, it seems like each character is pulling each other by their hands and taking each other together to new heights, which is done so well in this show. I absolutely love it. So there you go. Next we have Golden Kamui, another very underrated show, amazing show. It makes you laugh, it makes you question what the hell you're watching sometimes, and it has a fantastic story, absolutely amazing story. And it has one of my favorite villains in anime. Like, oh my god, Surumi. Oof, this guy, I just love him so much. Like, he's one of the most charismatic villains I've ever seen in any animes. Like, he's just there. Like, I absolutely, like, I don't know what to say. But anyways, this show is something, and I think, like, the anime is, like, we're going to have another season very soon. So I'm just waiting for that so much, and, I don't know how, like where this is going to go, but oh boy, like, this show just makes me happy. and it's there. That is why it's there. Again, a very underrated show, I feel like. But this is very popular in Japan, though. I do know that. Okay, next is Fate Grand Order, a gacha game. A gacha game that's still stuck for now, like, for a long time. I've been playing this game for like 8 years or something. It's no 7 years, not 8 years. No, not even 7. I think like a little bit lesser than that. 6.5 years, yeah. And it's just like, I feel like not including these will be a huge disservice, because even though, like, it's probably like, the Fate Grand Order, like, sometimes like the stories hit, sometimes it misses, but the fact that I'm just stuck with this for so long, it definitely deserves a spot here. Like, I cannot deny that. And it is true, there are a few arcs. I wouldn't call them arcs, but few sections of this show, few lost spells, few chapters, where I was like, damn, this is some really good story, and like, especially two of them, Atlantis and Lost Spell 6. Like the storytelling and everything, like, I was just blown away by like a few things like that. But like I said, it's not fully like amazing or anything. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses, but overall, I love the game, otherwise, like, yeah, like, I made a whole ass like, how many, I don't know how many, but I've at least made like 200 to 300 videos on Fate Grand Order, and big ones. So, like, I wouldn't be, if I myself didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be able to stick around with it for so long. Like, to be honest, like, really. I myself enjoy it, that's why I'm able to continue doing it. So yeah, it did that, like, since, even though it's a hit or miss, a few of the stories, it's still a good, story, so I decided to include it here. Next is Honkai Impact 3rd, another gacha game, but, I just, this is another story that I feel like not much people know about it, but it deserves its spot over here. Honkai Impact 3rd story is huge. Like, it has, like, I probably know just a little bit of it. Like, there's mangas, there's games, prequel games, Honkai Impact 3rd, lores, so many other things, like, you cannot even think about. And if someone is able to go through all of them, like, hats off to them, man. But at least, even with the little chunk that I've been able to experience from the game in itself, I would say this is one of the top stories. Just the pure joy to see a character from the very bottom to go to the top, this game gives you that experience, and it's as if, and since it goes through a good amount of time, I stuck with this game for 3 to 4 years, and from that, like, one little girl who dreamed of being a great, like a superhero, like an S-rank Valkyrie, from there to actually becoming a literal goddess, like, that whole journey, like, when you sit down and look, like, think about it now, you're like, damn, this has been an amazing journey. This is that type of a story. Like, it's a big thing. It takes a long amount of time to invest, but at the end of that journey, you realize how worth it was. And this is one of them shows. And I don't think I've gotten a feeling like this ever in any other type of gacha games or story. The feeling of seeing a character grow and just be someone amazing. It's as if you're watching, I don't know, like your kid grow up or something. Basically that type of feeling, And I just love this show and their characters, especially the main character, Kiana Kaslana. Like, I've never met a character like her ever in any other story, and yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, that is Honkai Impact 3rd. That's why it's here. Now, we are moving on to the visual novels. A lot of people might not know a lot of these, because visual novel is something that a lot of people doesn't really, read or play, But yeah, I'm just going to give you guys and who reads visual novels, they'll probably understand and recognize these. But I'm just going to give a brief little introduction to these to you. Now, a few of these you might actually recognize because they have anime adaptations. But I'm not talking about the anime adaptation. 80% of visual novel anime adaptations are garbage. Absolute garbage. So yeah, no, not the anime. I'm talking about the novel. Okay, the first one, Umineko no Nakukoroni, or what was the English name? I forgot. Seagulls When They Cry, or something like that. Anyways, this is the one, and like I said, a few people might recognize this from the anime title. This also has an anime. No, the anime is not it. The novel is the true experience, the true thing. Now, Umineko, it's, what can I say? It's a mystery story, like a mystery kind of suspense thriller story. But it has such an interesting way, like it tackles a few things that are so interesting, and the whole mystery and everything is just so good. This is like, I don't know what to say, but it's a very unique experience. It's a big story. It has like 8 chapters, and each chapter is like, I don't know, like 13 to 14 hours, I think, minimum. So literally, this is like how much long? Like a 100+ hours story, like reading story. It is. I think it took me like 1 month to probably, like, little by little read it and end it. Like the novel. But it is so worth it, and it has one of the best stories I've ever read. So yeah. So Uminoko is here. The people who have watched the anime, it is nowhere near the anime. Come on, like, if the anime, if this is the visual novel is a 10 out of 10, I'd give the anime a 5 or a 4 out of 10. Like, nowhere near it goes. So yeah, that is the first one. And the second one is Higurashi no Nakukoroni. Again, the visual novel. I'm talking about, not talking about the anime. If you realize, both of these are done by the same person. I think Ryukishi07 or something like that his name was. And his stories are absolutely amazing. So Higurashi being another one of his stories, it's too good. And if I have to like rank both these two, I'd probably put Higurashi above Umineko. Because I just love Higurashi's setting a lot more. And again, it's a thriller. It's a thriller suspense type of story where you see something going on, and then later you realize, like, damn, it's nowhere near what I think it was. So it completely upturns the whole thing. Anyways, again, it suffers from the same thing, that the previous one suffers from. Like, the adaptation is not good. At least, like, yeah, like, the story again is divided into 8 chapters. Each chapter is like 15 to 18 hours. That means like 100+ hours story, like a reading time story. How can you adapt that into an anime with that short of amount of time? It's not possible. So like, the adaptation lacks a lot of the charm that the original, like the novel, has. So yeah, this is Higurashi, and both of these are top-notch stories. Then we're going to Grisaya. Now, this is the Grisaya trilogy: Grisaya no Kajitsu, Grisaya no Meikyu, and Grisaya no Rakuen. These 3. Now, if you know, again, this has an anime. I don't like the anime. Again, the first season, which adapts Grisaya no Kajitsu, or the Fruit of Grisaya, absolutely butchers a few of the story in such a bad way. They completely changed Yumiko's story in the anime. I don't know why they did that. There's so many crazy weird things that they did. I feel like the only character that they at least gave a little effort about was Amane's story, which was the whole which in itself was very interesting. That's why I feel like they gave it their all on that. But other than that, the anime is bad. I wouldn't if you read novels, I wouldn't recommend the anime. If you don't read novels, then I guess the anime is okay. But anyways, the novel does such a better job, obviously, on going through the different characters, and and if I had to say, out of the 3 parts, the 3 trilogies, Kajitsu is the best one, the first one, where it deals with the girls and their trauma, their trouble, and how Yuji saves them from their from their whatever they was going to face and their own trouble. And yeah, so, and then we have Labyrinth, or Meikyu, where we get to know Yuji's story and what trauma he has, what he went through, and a few of the after stories with the girls. And then we have Eden, where we get to know Yuji's past and a certain character, Asako Kusakabe, which is one of my favorite characters in anime. We get to know more about her. Not anime, sorry, visual novel. And we get to we get to see how Yuji falls into trouble and the girls save him. I feel like this is the only show I've like a harem type of show or novel that I've read, where obviously the guy saves the girls, but then the girls also save the guy. It is absolutely beautiful. So it's a very like a very good like amazing story. One of the first visual novels that I read, and I was absolutely blown away by it. And this will always be there in my heart. I'll never forget this. This is like a what can I say? This is one of the novels that made me like visual novels. Okay, and then we have, a lot of people might not know this, a visual novel. There's been no anime adaptation of this. Ji Senjo no Mao, or The Devil on the G String. This is the first visual novel that I read, and oh my god, I would say the first visual novel that I read, which is this one, is an absolute banger. It is still one of my most favorite novels I've ever read. I don't remember much about it, but I do remember a few of the very interesting parts. I remember this novel had one of the best villains I've ever seen, and the main characters are just absolutely goated. So it's just I've forgotten most of the things, but it's there in my head. I remember the experience, and I'll never forget it. So, like I say, these are the few novels that made me love visual novels: Devil on the G String and Grisaya. So there you go. That is Devil on the G String. I won't be able to say much because I don't remember, like I said, that many things. But I do remember this is my best one. Then we have Mahoyo, A Witch on the Holy Night. A novel. It's not a recent novel, but I recently read it, and oh my god, this is at least one of the best Type Moon novels I've read. Now, I would have put Tsukihime in this as well, but I have forgotten Tsukihime's story completely. I'm just waiting for the remake to get a proper translation on PC. Unless until it comes on PC, I cannot read it. So I feel like Tsukihime would have been here as well, but I don't remember that much of it, and I'm waiting for the remake to come. So it'll probably get included here later. But for now, Mahoyo is here, and Mahoyo will always be here because for now, this is the top visual novel I've read of Type Moon. Fate, I liked Fate. I liked the visual novel, but this is, I don't know, I just fell in love with the setting of Type Moon after reading this. With the whole this show is like the core of Type Moon, in my opinion. It teaches you about the different magics and this and that stuff that you never get to know in Fate Stay Night. And I just love that aspect of this. And obviously the main characters are absolutely amazing. Each and every character, I love each and every one of them. So there you go. That's that. Now we have Muv-Luv Alternative. Also got an adaptation, which sucked. So read a novel if you read visual novels. Muv-Luv Alternative is a very interesting one. It has a slice of life rom-com setting in Muv-Luv Unlimited. Then it turns into Muv-Luv Alternative, where the character literally gets isekai'd into a world with aliens and a few familiar faces. And from a just imagine this scenario. From a rom-com harem setting, the main character goes through that, and then he suddenly gets isekai'd after he went through all the routes of the girls, and is like going through one of the routes and is like dating someone or something. He gets isekai'd to a world where literally humanity is in the brink of destruction, aliens are attacking, and you have to fight them. You're in the military now. So a rom-com harem protagonist literally becomes a military man. And death, gore, a lot of tough decisions, science fictional stuff going on, parallel worlds and everything. It's this show is crazy. A novel. I was like, what the hell is going on? And oh my god, it has a really good ending. So overall, this show is very, very interesting, the visual novel. Yeah, so I love this. Anyways, like that's literally this novel. It's absolutely amazing. All right, the next one, Steins Gate. Now, this is not the anime. I'm talking about the novel. Obviously, the anime does a really good job in adapting. It's probably one of the only anime adaptations of a novel that is quite very good. But obviously, the visual novel leaks better. The visual novel goes into depths that the anime has never been able to go to. So yeah, I love the novel way more than the anime. So I've put it in the novel section, Steins Gate. Next this is another one that a lot of people might not know. This is Sharin no Kuni no Himawari no Shoujo or something like that. It's a novel that I read quite a long time ago. It is very similar to Grisaya because the main character is very similar to that setting, and the girls are also have their own trauma, and he has to, and he's like as far as I can remember, he's like a like their like supervisor or something. He has to keep an eye on them, and he's here on a mission, that kind of thing. And this show has one of the most interesting twists I've ever seen. Something that they reveal at the middle of the story, I think, and you're like, what the hell? I never realized that. It's so obvious, but I've never realized that. And it blew my mind away completely. So again, my memories are a bit, like I don't really remember that much. But it's going to get an official translation. I read the fan translation. When it gets an official translation, I'll probably read it again. So yeah. And the next one is Island. Now, there was another visual novel by the same people, I think, which was called Himawari. But comparing both of them, I feel like Island deserves the spot here. Island is it's a very interesting novel where, again, time travel, parallel world, and I feel like this is one of the only novels where I see they actually make an effort to teach you time travel, how it works and how it goes, like the theory of relativity and all that. A lot of things they kind of try to teach you. And it has one of the most, what can I say, like I cannot say it looks like a slice of life type of show, which just goes so deep into the science fiction side that it's just absolutely mind-blowing. And they have you're literally going through time, going through different situations, and this show also has novel also has a very interesting twist in the end. So yeah, and just like this, like I said, there's another show, a novel like this called Himawari, made by the same people, I think, same company. So both of them are absolutely amazing, but I like this one way more than that. That's why I included this. So yeah, Island, that's the name of this. Okay, that's the end of visual novels. There's a lot of other visual novels I've played which I absolutely loved, but these are the few ones, that I consider the top. Then we have Utaware Rumono. Not the first one, not the first game. The first game is okay, but I'm not a big fan of it. The next two, Mask of Deception and Mask of Truth, I think, yeah. This, oh my god, it's a JRPG, and it has a story that is just absolutely crazy. I don't think I've this what can I say? I cannot really explain it. This has an anime. I haven't watched the anime, so I cannot say how good the anime is. But playing the JRPG, it just made me, what can I say? It just basically it's good. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just so good. It has a very good story, and it's a very emotional story. Basically, it's just, yeah, it just makes you feel things, and I'll never forget this. I'll never forget my time playing this game. Like I said, it has an anime, but I don't know how if the anime is able to portray everything properly or not. The emotions that it can, But the game was phenomenal. It's just stuck in my head, and I don't think I'll ever forget this. So that's why it's here. Then we have Nier Automata. Now, Nier Automata is a game that I played when it came out, which I think was 6 to 8, 7 years ago. A long time. So forgotten most of the things that has happened in the game. We're getting the anime though, but obviously the game is a different type of vibe completely. But I remember, again, being blown away by the story of the game. Again, I don't remember much because it's been so long. But it's still one of my top, games with a good story. And yeah, it's amazing. So I'm sure I don't need to talk much about Nier Automata because everyone knows about it. Now, then we move on to video games or Western video games. There's not much in here because, usually I like the story of games, a few of them obviously, but I think I didn't have enough space to put on a few others. I would have put in Witcher over here, but I didn't have space to put on Witcher, so I had to put a few of the others which I absolutely loved. And the one game that I consider has the best story, in my opinion, obviously, different people have different opinions, is Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my god, I don't think, like, the story of Red Dead Redemption 2, any other thing can surpass it, at least in my book. I've read Witcher as well. Not read, sorry. I played Witcher as well. It comes close to it, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is a bit higher in my book than Witcher. So, yeah, like, the game is amazing, but even if you like not consider the game and don't think about the game, the story is one of the most emotionally driven story I've ever experienced in a video game. So yeah, it's just so good. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely deserves a spot here. Then we have a few of the other games which are more dialogue driven and choice driven kind of game. It's not much gameplay here. One of them is the Telltale's Walking Dead. Again, this is a story that continued for like 6 to 7 years. Little by little the story unfurled, and I remember myself growing up with Clementine. Like when I myself was very young when I played the game, the first game, and obviously Clementine was there. Clementine grew, I also grew along with Clementine, and it has been an absolute fantastic experience seeing the final of the Telltale Walking Dead series and seeing how much character development Clementine goes through. And it has been an experience. So Walking Dead will always be there with me, in every single top list. Along with Walking Dead, another Telltale game, Wolf Among Us. A Telltale game I don't think a lot of people might have played, but this is one of the best ones. It is going to get a sequel. I don't know when. They've been hinting that the sequel is coming for the last 5 or 6 years, I think. We still haven't gotten a sequel. So I'm just waiting for the sequel, but this is a very interesting story about fairy tale characters, like the big bad wolf, Cinderella, what else? The other, I've forgotten most of the, like the characters I've kind of forgotten. But all these like fairy tale nursery rhyme characters, you're there. And you are the big bad wolf. And you're like I've forgotten most of the things, it's been so long. But oh my god, it was just so amazing. It's like a detective type of kind of like like a game where you play the big bad wolf, and I think Snow White was the main like like the heroine of the game or something. Like you're the big bad wolf, and was it Snow White or was it Cinderella? No, Snow White, I think. Yeah. Like it's just like it's just such an interesting experience. I love this one so much. But yeah, I'm just waiting for this sequel. I don't know when it's going to come. And last but not the least, another dialogue-driven, story-driven, no gameplay type of game. Life is Strange. I'm talking about Life is Strange 1, not 2. 2 was okay. I didn't really like it that much. But 1 is the best one. Max Caulfield, I think, yeah. And Chloe, I forgot her title. Like, this story is another phenomenal story. It's a story about, like which has time travel in it. Like kind of time travel you could say, and butterfly effect and all that, and it's just it's a dialogue driven story. The choices that you make has consequences, that kind of thing. This is going to get a sequel very soon. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, all right, that is my list. Oh my god, I knew this was going to take time. Freaking 25 things to go through. Good god. This will probably be like a 7-part video or something. I don't know. I thought I'll be able to end it in like 2 videos or something. In no way am I doing that. It took me this long to do only mine. And this is the problem with me. I kind of tend to since I react to stuff and everything, I tend to go deeper into the the discussion, and I always forget that I need to be concise, especially in these type of videos. So oh my god. I think I'll probably get to do 2 more in this video. Okay, let's move on. But anyways, that is my list. Okay, that's my list. And now that I've shown you guys my list, obviously my list won't be in the rankings. Now I'll be ranking from here onwards, little by little. Which one will be the top one, you'll have to see. Okay, I will be going to the first submission here. Let me go up. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the first submission. This is submitted by Attila, and this is the submission. Yeah. Okay, so let me see how many I can recognize and how many I cannot. And let's see. And like I said, I will be ranking this. I'll keep the ranking. I'll note down the ranking later. Okay. The first one obviously is One Piece. Now I have no idea. I wouldn't call it no idea, because I did watch like the first 100 episodes. But other than that, I have no idea about One Piece. But yeah, like obviously, like I can understand from everyone how they talk about One Piece and everything. It's really good. So yeah, I cannot really talk much about it. But I fully 100% can support One Piece being here, because it's a really good show, as I've heard from other people. So there you go, One Piece is here. Then we have Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh my god, this is a show which which made me like confused. I'm sure everyone got confused when they watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I can see this being here in the top list 100%. And okay, now like I said, I don't really remember that much about Neon Genesis Evangelion. Few of the things I remember. The show in itself is so complicated that I feel like you need to rewatch it at least 2 to 3 times to properly understand it. And I've only like watched it maybe like 2 times, not that many times I've seen it. But I do remember this deals with so many like interesting things, psychological things. And again, this is a show has so many layers to it. That is very interesting. I love these types of shows which have like different layers to it. So yeah, I can 100% agree Neon Genesis Evangelion being here. Yeah, good. This is a really good show. Then we have Re:Zero, and yes, now I would say that I haven't really read the novel or anything. I've just watched up until where the anime goes. I have heard that as the show goes on, and as we from the light novel readers, this becomes one of the best things ever. And I'm really looking forward to that, because we will be getting the season 3, I think, very soon. And from the first 2 seasons, what I've experienced is quite good, but I don't think it has like reached the story, the story has reached the degree where I would put it as one of my best shows. But I feel like Re:Zero will probably climb my rankings as well as we get more and more seasons. So I can see this being here, but for now, at least in my list, I wouldn't put Re:Zero. But I can see Re:Zero being here because it is a very solid show. Like the isekai element and a lot of the other things, like the character relationships and everything, are done beautifully in this. And it has a very interesting story as well, suspense, thriller, all that stuff, and suffering. Just as a little spice on the top. A little bit of suffering. Not a little bit, a lot of suffering. Yeah, so yeah, I can see Re:Zero being here as well. A really good story as far as the anime has covered, at least. And I've heard it gets better, so yeah, nice. Next is Kara no Kyokai. It's Kara no Kyokai, isn't it? Yeah. And yeah, okay, another Type Moon set of movies, which is so good. Kara no Kyokai, I feel like it is obviously it is a little bit more the atmosphere is a little bit more darker, grittier, and it's just it has a really great main character. It has a few things from the whole the power balance, the whole setting of the show. It obviously reminds me of Mahoyo. And I feel like I need to rewatch Kara no Kyokai, because the thing about me is I watched Kara no Kyokai before reading Mahoyo. I feel like after reading Mahoyo, I have a way better understanding of how magic works and what is magecraft. So now I feel like if I rewatch Kara no Kyokai, I'll be able to get a way better and a way more complete experience of this. I might rewatch it later. Because now I actually understand so many things. And I feel like I'll understand a lot more about Kano Kyokai now that I have a basic understanding of how magecraft and magic works in the Type Moon universe, and how it goes. So, I'll probably rewatch it. But yeah, I can 100% agree this being here as well in the top list. Definitely deserves it. Then we have Steins Gate. Yeah, obviously. And I think this is probably the anime Steins Gate. Like I said, anime does a great job, but I would put the visual novel on top. But then again, for people who haven't read the novel, obviously the anime will be there. So again, 100% agree with Steins Gate being here. Yeah, definitely. Deserves the spot. Bakemonogatari. I don't think I have to speak here. Yeah, 100%, 1000%. Definitely, deserving. Next we have, wait, this is Mahoutsukai no Yome, isn't it? Yeah. I have watched the first season. I haven't watched the sequel after. This is Mahoutsukai no Yome, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. So I cannot say much about it. Since I haven't really watched it properly. I've just watched the first season. I remember the first season. It was okay. I wouldn't put it like on my top list, but who knows? Maybe I don't know. Like maybe since I've not watched season 2, maybe that's why I couldn't. Maybe I'll be able to appreciate it way more after now. Like if I watch the season 2 after this. But season 1 was okay in my opinion. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't really put this in my top list, but yeah, it's still a good show. So there you go. Oregaru, yes, definitely 100%. I completely agree with this. I have Oregaru in my list as well, so obviously. Interesting. We have what's the name of this show? Koi wa ame agare no yoni, something like that. I've forgotten the English title completely. It's weird because usually people forget the Japanese title, I forget the English title. Let me check. Koi wa ame. Yeah, Koi wa ame agare no yoni. Okay, what is the English title? After the Rain. Okay, yeah, there you go. Interesting to see this one here because what can I say? Like it has a I don't know. I've not read the manga. I do know that the manga goes way deeper into the whole thing with the guy and the girl. But it's like excuse me. It's like a what can I say? Like I don't even remember. I cannot really speak because I don't really remember that much about it. I just remember watching it, and I remember I think the guy was like a divorcee, wasn't he? I think I've forgotten completely. And I think the girl, I think she couldn't run. I think something like, I don't remember that much, but something like that. Yeah, but I do know like the manga goes ahead and it kind of like has a proper conclusion to it, and so yeah, I don't know, like I cannot really speak much about this because I've just watched season 1 and I don't even remember it properly, so I cannot really speak about this, but maybe it's a good show. I just don't remember that much about it, but yeah. Okay, Koi wa Amagari no Yoni. Oh my god, I'm getting tongue tied. Next is Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel. Now, Heaven's Feel is the third movie which goes through Sakura's route, and I'll be completely honest, I don't remember anything about the Fate route because I've just read it in the novel, and I've read the novel so long ago, I've forgotten everything about the Fate route. Like at least like the Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel have like movies to it. The Fate route, I cannot watch that. I cannot watch the anime adaptation of the Fate route. I cannot. It's just so 2005 I think it came out. I cannot watch it now. And I've heard that the adaptation is not good as well, as far as I've heard. So that is why even though I've rewatched the movie of Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel, I haven't been able to do it with the Fate route. So I've completely forgotten the Fate route. I'm waiting for the novel to get a remake. It is getting a remake. I'll be waiting for that. like when they'll do it, everything, so then I'll read it. um Unlimited Blade Works was okay. Obviously it has my most favorite character, like Tosaka Rin, in it, so I'll be a little bit biased towards that. But in my opinion, Heaven's Feel has the best story to it. From the storytelling aspect, Heaven's Feel wins by a lot. Unlimited Blade Works has its good parts, but I feel like Heaven's Feel outshines it way more. Like I said, I'm biased towards Unlimited Blade Works because it has Rin in it. But from a pure storytelling perspective, if I had to judge, I'd say Heaven's Feel is the top one. And yeah, it definitely deserves to be here. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the novel remake like visual novel that we're going to get. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm definitely going to buy it and read it again because it's been so long I've read the Fate novel. So there you go. Now these are all the animes. Now I think we're moving on to video games. Yep. So the first one is Alien Isolation. Now I haven't played Alien Isolation, so let me do a quick search. Alien. Obviously I've heard about it. I play video games. I know I've heard a lot about excuse me, Alien Isolation. Wait, this is 2, I think, or is it 1? No, this is survival horror game. Okay. What is this? Let me check. Gameplay. Single player, emphasis on stealth and survivor. Oh, that's why I haven't played it. I don't really like these type of games which focuses more on like stealth survival, and you were like given like some kind of a, like, this is why I haven't played Outlast. It freaks me out. You're just thrown into like a like an empty space with like stuff. It's freaking dark. You have like one light, like a flashlight or something, and the freaking battery like dims out half of the time. And you're just running away from enemies, not able to do anything. It freaks me out. I never play these type of games, even if the story is really good. It just freaks me out so much. I think it's something like that, isn't it? Yeah. First person perspective, explore a space station and complete objectives while avoiding, outsmarting, and defeating enemies. There you go. That's why I haven't played it. Oh my god. Yeah, and these freaks me out. So but obviously I can see it has a high enough rating. So, I cannot really speak much about it since I haven't played it, but it's popular enough that I do know about it. So I think it deserves to be here. What is this one? Realm Reborn. Wait, what is this? I haven't heard about this. What? Just a minute, guys. Realm Reborn? Oh, is this Final Fantasy? Oh yeah, okay. I cannot say much about it. I haven't really played Final Fantasy, so I have no idea. But obviously, all the Final Fantasy games I've heard from others is very good, so I can see Final Fantasy being here. So okay. Next is Telltale series Walking Dead. I already talked about this. Yeah, absolutely great series. I'll never forget this. I feel like, I don't know, like the person who posted this, if they played the game when it came out, but if you played the game when it came out and like if it was like me, waiting patiently or impatiently, whatever you can say, for the next season to drop, and just being so excited, always checking the time, the date when it's going to come out. Oh, like 8 months from now, it's going to come out, and just impatiently waiting. If you've been through that, oh my god, it was such a, like I said, I literally grew up with Clementine, and so I can understand so much, and it's just, Walking Dead has a like special place in my heart, and yeah, so definitely yes. Detroit Become Human. Okay, you know what the problem with Detroit Become Human was? It came out on freaking consoles, and it was console locked for like, I don't know, 3 or 5 years or something, and then finally it came to PC when the whole hype had died out. But does that mean that I didn't enjoy playing it? Yeah, definitely I enjoyed it. It's a great story. I absolutely loved it. Again, Detroit Become Human is more of a like dialogue driven, like storytelling type of game. It's obviously you don't go gun blazing in or something like that. So I really like these type of games. So you could probably see in my list as well, there were at least 3 games which was like dialogue driven, where choices matter type of game. So Detroit Become Human was one of them. I absolutely loved it. And I can see it being here as well, definitely. If I could, I would probably put all the Telltale games over here in the top list, because each and every one that I've played have been absolutely phenomenal. Not only that, a few others I would probably put if I had enough space, which was Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, you know, obviously Detroit Become Human. I'd also put that as well. All these dialogue-driven games are just so good. I absolutely love them. You know, so again, these type of games are not a cup of tea for a lot of people, because a lot of people just play games for the gameplay aspect of it. These games don't really have that. It is more of a like a story you're experiencing and making choices which have consequences later on, and how you deal with them. So yeah, I'm glad that this is here, because these type of games I absolutely love. Then we have Horizon Dawn Zero. Yeah, so I haven't completely played the first game. I should do it. I don't really get enough time. The little amount that I've played, I think I've played half of it. The first one, the sequel has also come out. I haven't even completed the first one, so the sequel is, So yeah, but the little that I've played, it's a very good story. And the gameplay and everything is also really good. So I can see Horizon Dawn Zero being here. 100% agree. Even though I myself haven't played it, but the little I've played about it, I really liked it. So I can see this being here. So a good choice. Next we have Elder Scrolls, isn't it? Elder Scrolls Skyrim? Skyrim, isn't it? Yeah. I cannot read it. God damn it! Just a minute, guys. Skyrim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Skyrim. Is this Skyrim? You know what? Just a minute. Let me just check. Just a minute, guys. I'm just gonna check properly. Okay, wait. Where is it? God damn it, where? God damn it, my internet is... Okay, here we go. No, this is Elder Scrolls Online. Okay, never mind. Right, if this was Skyrim, I'd probably say yes. I do have Elder Scrolls Online. I have played it, but I played it so long ago. So yeah, I cannot really say much. But yeah, Skyrim is still one of my favorite games. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. So yeah, I can, I can appreciate an Elder Scrolls game being here. So there you go. But I'm not really sure about online. I have played it, like I said, I have spent quite a bit of time playing Elder Scrolls Online back in the days. But I don't remember any of it. It's been so long, I've forgotten most of it. So there you go. Next, Persona 5. Yes, 100% agree. Persona 5 is absolutely amazing. And I feel like every Persona series is really good. I myself am playing Persona 3 now, currently. I have played Persona 5. Obviously, I've played it. I have not really properly played Persona 4, but I do plan on playing Persona 4 as well. Right, and yeah, Persona 5 is the only one that I've properly played, and I'm currently playing Persona 3. So Persona 5, yes, seal of approval. Okay, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, interesting. Now, Assassin's Creed has a good story in itself. It's like a proper story. I'm not really that familiar with the story, because I just played the games here and there now and then, just jumped around on the stories. So I don't have a proper understanding of the story. But I do remember playing Black Flag, and it was a very good experience. I remember, and I would agree as well that Black Flag probably, out of the little knowledge that I have of the Assassin's Creed games that I've played, I would also agree that Black Flag probably has the best story. At least I remember quite a bit of it. Which kind of shows that how good it was. So I can see, if I had to pick any of the Assassin's Creed game, I'd probably pick Black Flag as well. And I feel like Black Flag was the one which kind of introduced, brought Assassin, there's the first few Assassin's Creed game, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then came in Black Flag, and then that model became the blueprint of the Assassin's Creed games that comes after that, with the naval warfare and all of that stuff. So, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I think, is a very pivotal moment for the franchise in itself. So, yes. Yeah. If I had to pick, I wouldn't, in the first place, I wouldn't pick any Assassin's Creed game to be here. But if I had to pick one, then I'd probably pick Black Flag. So, I can agree with that. Cyberpunk, yay. Now, just forget about all the bugs and all the stuff. I'm not talking about that. That was a disaster in itself, you know. But if you take out all of that, Cyberpunk actually has a good story, you know. Like, I'm talking about the game, you know. It actually has a really good story. Like, I feel like this is the problem with people. People are just so stuck with a few things that they keep just, you know, like just like, it's like beating a dead horse. They keep mentioning the bugs and everything and say how like this game is not okay, this and that, you know. And I'm like, come on, it's been how many years? When did this come out? 2022, I think. Like, no, probably even before that, didn't it? I don't remember when it came out, but you know, like, it's been like 2 to 3 years after that. You're still going off on the same things. Just stop, you know. Like, just, you know, like, disregard all of that. The game in itself, the story in itself is really good, you know. At least I also very much enjoyed it. I haven't played Phantom Liberty still. I've forgotten a little bit of the game because I played it back when it came out. I will probably replay it. Like, I'll probably like buy Phantom Liberty and then replay the whole game on its own when I get time later. But yeah, like, it's an amazing story. So just, yeah, 100% I can agree. Dungeon Fighter Online. What is this? I have not heard of this. What is this? Oh, it's like an MMO or something. It's online, so Dungeon Fighter Online. What is this? It's like an MMO, isn't it? No, wait a minute. Highly multiplayer beat 'em up action role playing game. Oh, okay. Multiplayer beat 'em up. So it's like a okay, interesting. So wait a minute, let me just look at a gameplay here. Yeah, it is. It's kind of like an MMO. It's kind of, yeah. Okay. Anyways, I have no idea about this though. But so yeah, I cannot really speak much about it. But okay. Next we have Nier Automata. I talked about Nier Automata in my list, so there you go. Fantastic, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Then we have Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yes. Again, another story-driven like, you know, game. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not really much familiar with you know, like the story here, you know, Lara Croft's story and all that. But I have played the games, you know. But yeah, like, it has a good story. You know, like, I probably wouldn't put it on my list, but it's like, I can see this being here. Next is, oh, a few animes again. Okay, we have, I think this is Initial D. I have no idea. I haven't watched it, you know, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So okay, then this is, I think, DNA 2. Again, I haven't watched it, and I think this is a Gundam. The next one is a Gundam anime. Again, I haven't watched these either, so I have no clue about these three, the final three. I cannot speak much about it. Overall, you know, for now, obviously, like, this is the only one that I have ranked, so I'll put it on top for now. And based on, you know, like, I'll make a separate note here. I'll put it at the top now because obviously this is the only one I've reviewed. So for now, this list, it's a good list, I would say. I wouldn't call it like amazing or anything, at least in my, like, you know, like, I'm like, here's the thing, I'm judging it based on my taste. That's why I'm doing this. I would say, like, this is a good list for me. I would probably give this list like a 7.58 out of 10 kind of thing, you know. So yeah, this has a few like of the games and just like, you know, games and the animes that I absolutely love, you know, which I can very much appreciate. And yeah, so overall, it's a well balanced and a really good list. So good job. You have great taste. Next, I'm going to do, okay, this one. Wait a minute. Yeah, this one. This is the list. Now, you know what? I'm just going to read this first. Let me read it first. What this person has written. This shit took too long. Might as well type it out since the text is small. Anime Monogatari series. Books beyond Zoku are hard to find fan translated. Yeah, makes sense, obviously. manga, Fate Carolina Prismalia, third season, okay. Yufka Shinuta, okay. Shadow's House, Oshinoko, light novel Sword Art Online, Data Life, Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, Lord Elmeloid's Case Files, Adventures, Axel World, whoa, a name I wasn't expecting. SAO, SAO Alternative Gun Gale Online, okay. Then we have games or visual novel, which is Final Fantasy VII, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, okay, Tsukihime, a piece of glass. This is a remake one, and like I said, I'm just waiting for the PC release. I'm sure we'll get a PC release, like obviously, and it's just a matter of time. But you know, it's just eating at me that I still haven't been able to read this. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Persona 5 Royal, Crisis Core Reunion, Final Fantasy. Oh, this is Final Fantasy 7. Okay, Crisis Core Reunion. Fire Emblem Awakening, Fate Encore, Fate Extra CCC, Nier Automata, and then we have gacha games, Fate Grand Order, Blue Archive, Princess Connect Redrive, and Nick Game. Right. Okay, now let's start with the shows. This is Prismalia, yeah. Now the third season. Now, yes, you know what? If I have to say, you know, Prismalia is, you know, okay, but it actually gets good in from the third season onwards, as far as I can remember myself, you know, and it actually gets a bit serious. Like the first two seasons are like, good God, what is even going on? But I feel like, yeah, from the third season onwards, at least I would say that okay, you know, it gets better, and it's just, you know, it actually has a story, proper story. We get to know the proper story from that point onwards. So okay, I wouldn't really put it on my list, but you know, yeah, I can, you know, it's okay. Then we have Final Fantasy, I think 7 Crisis Core, it was written. Now I have no idea. Again, I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games, so I have heard how good it is, but I cannot really say much. So there you go. Then we have SAO. Wait, this one is a minute. Yeah, these are all the Fate. Prismalia was the manga. Okay, yeah. Obviously, there's a game. SAO, is that light novel? Okay, light novel. Yeah. So SAO light novel. So here's the thing. If this was an anime, I would say like okay, like you know, I wouldn't probably agree to it. But if it is like the light novel, I've heard the light novel is actually quite good. Like obviously, I'm sure everyone knows. Like SAO is infamous for obviously a lot of like negative, like you know, like things, like negative reviews. People don't like it, but I've heard from a lot of people the main reason, you know, like the reasons why season 1 is not really, people don't like it, those are not there in the light novel. The light novel is actually quite good, so which makes sense obviously, because you know, like this is like such an old show, and back then, if you remember, anime was only a medium to advertise the light novel. You know, like nowadays it's so like, you know, like better, because like anime has actually become a proper medium. Previously, anime was just a medium for advertisement. They used to just like release one season and that's it. If you want to read the manga or the light novel, there you go. That kind of thing it was. So I feel like, you know, it had a good, you know, like a good anime, but it just cut off a lot of things, which made it so bland and just, you know, like kind of, yeah. So light novel, okay, I can see that being here, because I've heard from a lot of people light novel is actually quite good. Next is Data Life. Wait a minute, Data Life. This is Data Life, isn't it? Wait a minute, what? Monogatari, Ushinoko, Sword Art, Data Life. Yeah, light novel. I have no idea about the light novel. I've only watched the anime, so I cannot really say anything about the light novel. But obviously, every single time light novel, like any type of light novel adaptation, a lot goes out in the adaptation in itself. You know, so I can see the light novel being here, even though the anime I would not put it anywhere near my top list. It's a like Data Life is okay, you know, but it's in no way does it come anywhere near my top list. But I cannot really say anything about the light novel. Like I said, I don't read light novels. But you know, if it's here, I would assume that the light novel is quite good, at least a lot better than the anime. You know, Okay, next we have Mushoku Tensei. Wait, Mushoku Tensei also light novel, I think? Yeah. Okay. Now, this is one thing I know, that the light novel is way, like, the anime is doing a good job, but obviously light novels will be always be superior to like to like an adaptation of, like, like an anime. So, like, I have heard from a few people, like, I'm reacting to the show myself, so I've heard from a lot of people about what actually happens in the novel, what's the difference in the anime. And from what I've heard, yeah, Mushoku Tensei, the light novel, it seems so much more better than the anime, even though I myself love the anime. Like, I have it on my list, so I couldn't even, like, imagine how good the light novel was. So I can definitely agree Mushoku Tensei being here. So yes, a good seal of approval. Fate Grand Order, yeah, I agree. I myself have it on my list. So there you go. A seal of approval, yes, 100%. There you go. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I haven't played it. I think I played Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I don't really remember. I have played Xenoblade Chronicles. I think it was 1. But I don't really remember anything. It was so long ago. So I have no idea, so I cannot really. But I have heard people say good things about it. So I can see this being here. Again, I myself have no idea. So there you go. Xenoblade Chronicles. Okay. Next we have Blue Archive. Obviously, this is a gacha game. Now, a lot of people, like, I myself didn't play Blue Archive, but the anime came out and a lot of people said that, oh, watch the anime, like, and everything. And I watched the anime, and it was, it was good. I liked it, and then I was like, you know what, I already have an account. Why don't I just, like, just play it again, use the account again? So I relogged back into my account, and now I'm playing the game on my own. And like, and I'm just waiting, because, like, it's crazy how many people have told me that the story is absolutely amazing. I think I still haven't gotten to that point, but I think, like, every single person I talk to who have played Blue Archive, every single person has told me this is amazing. Like, this is the thing, I don't think I've ever seen any type of, or experienced any type of, like, medium, like, where every single person has praised it, which is very weird, because, like, I've experienced a lot of, like, shows and games and everything, and if I talk to 10 people who has played that, at least 6 people, at least 2 or 3 people will be like, oh, it's okay, it could be better, but I feel like Blue Archive is the only exception, where the 10 people that I've talked to, all 10 people have praised it, and I'm like, what is this then? Is it really that good? Like, all 10 people that I've talked to that have praised it, I haven't found any one Blue Archive player that has said that the story isn't good. Every single player, and that is why I'm so curious about this. I'm like, what is this? Like, every single game I have played, there are always, like, a very minor part of the fan base that are like, okay, could be better. But Blue Archive was the only exception. That's why I'm so curious. So I'm playing the game on my own to see what this is about. How is the approval rating 100%? It makes no sense. So there you go. But yeah, for now, yeah, okay, I can see this being here, because every single person has praised it. Every single person who I have talked to, who have played the game. So there you go. Right. And next is, okay, what was this? Princess Connect, isn't it? Yeah, Princess Connect. Redive, I think. Yeah. Okay. I have no. I wouldn't call it. I have no idea. I have played Princess Connect. I'm. If you know, I whenever a new gacha game comes out, I play it. It doesn't matter what it is. I play it for a few days and then I probably drop it if it doesn't. So yeah, when Princess like Connect came out, I actually played it for a while. Yeah, it was a slice of lifey type of story, so I don't really remember that much. I played it for like 1 or 2 weeks, I think, then I dropped it. But so seeing that here, maybe it actually has a, like, let me know. I think I've heard a lot of people praising it, but unfortunately, I think, like, the global servers have shut down, haven't it? Like, only the JP server is there. I think I was hearing, like, stuff like that. So I'm not really 100% sure. Anyways, but okay. Right, Princess Connect. Okay, Tsukihime remake. Like I said, I've forgotten everything about this, and I've heard that the remake includes a few new things. So, Tsukihime remake would probably be in my list as well, but I haven't played it. I'm just waiting, you know, for it to get a PC release, which I'm sure it'll get. But yeah, like I don't know when. But yeah, let's wait for it, I guess. But yeah, even though I myself haven't really played the remake, I have played the original, and even though I don't remember much, I do remember when I played it, it was absolutely fantastic experience. So I would give this a big seal of approval. You know, yeah. Next is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I think. Wait a minute, where is it? What is it? Oh, it's a game. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Right, I have no idea. Like, I did watch Dragon Ball Z a little bit. I only watched from the Frieza saga to Buu saga. I do know the Buu saga story as well, so I don't really know that much about this, about Dragon Ball, so I couldn't say much. And this is the game, so I couldn't say even more about it because I haven't played it. So yeah, okay. I couldn't say much anything about it because I myself I have no idea. So there you go. Next time Monogatari, yeah, obviously 100% seal of approval, definitely. Wait, is this a light novel? Sword Art Online, Date Alive, Mushokuri, Zero. Oh no. Oh, Monogatari. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, you mentioned books beyond Zoku are hard to find. Yeah, true, true. Um, yeah, but obviously I've like this anime itself is so good. I've put it on the list. I've heard the novel is even better. So I feel like I'd probably just blow away into the sky if I someday read the novel because I myself love the anime so much. If it's even better than the anime, I couldn't even imagine that. Oh boy. But anyways, but yeah, you know what? Like some like animes also have their own charm. Like come on, like I cannot just disregard that. Like the characters, their voice acting, the animation, and everything. So I feel like even if I someday I read the light novel, obviously the light novel would excel in dialogue and the way it expresses it, but the anime will have its own charm as well. So it'll probably be similar, like on the similar level for me at least. But yeah, okay, yeah, the hard seal of approval. There you go. ReZero, I think light novel you mentioned. Yeah. Again, like I said, like I mentioned, I've heard a lot of light novel readers say ReZero is absolutely amazing. The little I've seen from the anime was good, obviously, but I feel like it's going to get better from here. So I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I can approve of this. Like this is good. Okay, what is this? Um, I don't know. What is this? Wait a minute. This is Fire Emblem. No, Fire Emblem is this. Sword Art, Arrayed Alive. Elmeloy. Wait, is this Elmeloy? Oh, I think this is Elmeloy. Yeah, I cannot even. Yeah, it's Elmeloy. It's Waver. It's so small I couldn't see him. Yeah, Elmeloy's Case Files. Is this a light novel? Wait a minute. Yeah, light novel. I've just watched the first anime that has come out, and that's it. So I don't have much of a big opinion on it. But I'm guessing like the light novel is really good. Um, so okay, I can see it being here because the anime was good. Okay, I wouldn't really put it on my top, but it was okay. So right, Persona 5 Royal, yeah, 100%. Like I said, I myself have played it. It definitely deserves to be here. Okay, I think I made a mistake. This is Final Fantasy 7 and this is Crisis Core, I think, isn't it? I think I made a mistake there. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 and Crisis Core. This is Crisis Core, I think, and this is Final Fantasy 7. Again, I have no idea. I haven't really played any Final Fantasy, so there you go. Yofukashi no Uta. Now, is this manga? Yeah, Yofukashi no Uta. The anime is coming out. I've watched the first season. I also have read a little bit of the manga as well, so I could say that yeah, Yofukashi no Uta is really good. Also, I do know that manga has ended actually, so we might actually get a full adaptation in anime, which is nice. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I can 100% see Yofukashi no Uta being here because it actually has a solid story. I myself really enjoy it, um, and I've heard it gets better. So again, a seal of approval. Axel World. Wait a minute. Axel World. I'm guessing light novel. Wait a minute. Yeah, Axel World. Okay, Axel World. Interesting. Like, I've watched the first anime that we have in Axel World, and obviously, I'm sure this goes beyond that. The novel. Um, I cannot really say much because it was okay. I liked it, but I wouldn't really put it on my top. But then I'm assuming, like, like since this is a light novel, I'm guessing we have like you probably have read like everything of it. So this is the thing. Like sometimes when you watch or read the first part of it, you might like or might not like something, but then when you read the whole thing, your opinion changes on something. So it's probably something like that. Like since I've only watched the first part, that is only the anime. I don't have a like a big opinion on it, but I'm assuming you've read the whole thing. So I can see you liking it. So I cannot speak much about it because I myself haven't read it. Okay, then we have Fire Emblem. Now, Fire Emblem is a game, isn't it? Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening. I've heard so many things about Fire Emblem. I haven't got the time to check it out though. That's like I heard so many good things about it. So I cannot speak much on it because I myself haven't experienced it. But the fact that so many people, it has such a huge fan base and such a dedicated fan base, and there's so many people who love it, I would probably assume that it's really good. So there you go. That's nice. Fate Extra CCC. Again, I myself haven't played it. It did get a fan translation, and I think that's the best we can get for now, at least. I don't think this is getting any type of translation, at least up until way in the future. But I haven't gotten the time to check out the fan translation myself, so I cannot say much about it. But I have played Fate Extella, so I do know kind of what the whole theme is about and how it goes, and I've heard like Fate Extra CCC is probably the strongest part of the game because we have Fate Extra and we have this and then we have the Extella series. So I've heard a lot of people say that Extra CCC is really good. It's the best part of it, and yeah, you know what? I can see it being here. Okay, Nikke. Okay, Nikke. I did play it a little bit at the very beginning when it came out. And you know what? I was very surprised with the story. I didn't expect the story to be quite. The story was actually quite good. I remember. And I was very surprised by it. I was like, damn, the story is kind of nice. But then the reason why I dropped Nikke is that it's just what can I say? I felt like it was just too like the difficulty was too like pay to win style, like like a lot of character. When I played it, I don't know how it is now, but when I played it when it came out, I remember like pay to win players who got a few really good characters breezing through the enemies while I was just stuck. So yeah, I felt like, yeah, it's just too much like effort, for the beginning, so I just dropped it. So but I do remember the story was quite good. I cannot really say much about anything else though. So okay, Shadow's House. Wow, I didn't really expect seeing Shadow's House here. Okay, manga, I'm assuming. Let me check. Yeah, yeah. I haven't read the manga, but I have watched the anime. As one of the most unique stories I've ever seen. So I can definitely see being here. I don't even know if the manga has ended, so I'm not really sure. I think the manga has ended. Has it? Let me know. But yeah, yeah, I can see it being here. It has definitely one of the most unique settings I've ever seen. Like I've never experienced a story like this before, so it's very good. Next, Oshinoko. Now Oshinoko again manga. I'm assuming. Yeah, there you go. Obviously I'm watching the anime, and manga has obviously it's a lot ahead. So like yeah, I wouldn't really put Oshinoko on my top list, but it's a very good show. So there you go. That's yeah, I can see it being here. Nier Automata, definitely. I talked about Nier Automata. Definitely deserves to be here. Sword Art Online, Alternative Gun Gale Online, and yes, This, I know this is getting a season 2. And I think you're talking about the light novel. Yeah. I would say I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. You know, like, so yeah, like, I haven't read the light novel, but I could see this being here. Also, like I said, since season 2 is coming out, I'm looking forward to that. I might need to rewatch season 1 because I've forgotten everything, but I do remember enjoying it. I can see you're a big fan of Sword Art Online, because there's literally 2 of them here. Final Fantasy as well, yeah. Few gacha games here and there, a lot of light novels, a few video games, a few mangas. It's a very, like, good balance, I can see. Right. So yeah, okay, you know what? There you go, that is the list. For now, I'll put you below Attila. It's a good list, but like, there's a good few ones that I myself can really connect to. But there's a lot of things that I myself don't know anything about. That's why it kind of went down a little bit. But I'm going to put you below Attila. Okay. Yeah. And there you go. That was your list. Like I said, a very good balance. You have good balance of manga, light novel, and all that, games and stuff. But a few of them, obviously, I have no idea about. I haven't myself played it. But the ones that I, could appreciate is obviously, like, a few of them that I already have on my list. So it's a very good list. It's still a very good list. But okay, But for now, Attila is first. You're below her. Next we have okay, this one's mine. I already covered it. This one. Now this will be the final one that I do for this video. Then I'll make a second part. You know what? Let me read the list first. Anime: Violet Evergarden, Gintama, Madoka Magica, Made in Abyss, Monogatari, Natsume Book of Friends, Sangetsu no Lion, Frieren. Okay. A light novel, 3 Days of Happiness, actually based off novel and is translated in manga later. Okay. ReZero, Zaregoto, right. Manga, Solanin, Pandora Hearts, Ashita no Jo, Real, okay. Yokohama Kaida Shikiko, Pluto, okay. Manhwa Horizon, yeah, Whale Stars. Visual novel Steins Gate, Chaos series Tsukihime, White Album 2, Witch on the Holy Night, Fate Stay Night. Okay, from the looks of it, it's a very good list. First and foremost, Violet Evergarden. Yes, I haven't put it on my list, but it is one of my top shows, but probably not as top that I could put it in there. But it's still a very good show. I myself enjoyed Violet Evergarden so much. I still remember a few of the episodes. I'll probably never forget them. It was so emotional. So it definitely deserves a spot here. 100% seal of approval. Yes, Violet Evergarden. Yeah, I can 100% agree. Gintama, again, I myself have it on my list. 100% agree. Definitely deserves to be here. Madoka Magica. Now, Madoka Magica, yeah, I don't have it on my list, but I can agree to it being here as well. Because, yeah, Madoka Magica is something, man. Like, really. It just keeps getting better, in my opinion. And I think we're getting a movie, which is, I think, like, Walpurgis Night, like that movie. I don't remember the proper name. It's a movie, isn't it? Yeah, I'm very much excited for that. So yeah, like, it's just great. So again, I can 100% see Madoka Magica being here. Seal of approval again. 3 out of 3 I can agree with. Then we have Made in Abyss, another really good story. Like, wait, these are all anime, isn't it? Or wait a minute, let me just check. Yeah, anime. Okay. Yes, again, it's not on my list, but it's also one of my top shows. And oh my god, this show is just something. And it's just, what can I say? It has a hauntingly beautiful setting to it. When people say hauntingly beautiful, this is a prime example of that adjective. Right. And and you know what, like, season 1 was good, But I feel like when I watched season 2 and when I got to see a few other perspective of a few other things, I was like, damn, this is so much better now. You know. Then also the movie, I forgot to mention about the movie, before that. One of the most interesting villains I've ever met is here in this show, which is Bondred. And he's such a very, like, he's an evil character, but like his evilness has a meaning to it, and not a meaning, I would say, but his evilness has a very interesting, like, thing behind it, which made me kind of appreciate him in a weird way. Like, so, like I have a lot of things I can talk about Made in Abyss. I myself reacted to it. It's on there on my channel, and I remember talking about it a lot and in details. But yeah, like, this is another show I can 100% see being here again. 100% agree to it. A seal of approval. Monogatari, yeah, definitely, yeah, like, yeah, 100% seal of approval. Natsume Book of Friends, I haven't watched it. Okay, wait a minute, is this anime or manga? No, anime. Oh, okay, anime. Okay. So I haven't watched it. I have heard it's quite good, but I haven't watched it, so I cannot say much. Okay, so I like this one. I'm not really sure. What is this? Wait, what? Wait, this is Sangatsu? No, Sangatsu is here. What is this? I have no. I think this is one of the mangas, isn't it? I think so. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Hmm. Right. Okay, wait a minute. You know what? I'm just going to check. Just a minute, guys. I am going to check. Hmm. Oh no, this is a light novel, I think. Okay, wait a minute. 3 Days of Happiness. Is this the one? Hmm. Yeah, this is the one. 3 Days of Happiness. Okay, so I actually have no idea what this is. Damn, it has a 98% rating? What in the... Okay, that must mean it is amazing. Novel received a manga adaptation titled I Sold My Life for 10,000 yen per year. Oh, I have seen this manga. I haven't read it though. But okay, but so this is like the light novel version of it, or that is the manga version of it. Okay. What is this about? Unable to make meets end in Japan with his part-time job, 20-year-old Kusunoki prepares to sell the last of his possessions. After visiting a library to sell books, clerk tells Kusunoki of a place where he can sell his lifespan for money. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen the manga here and there, but I haven't read like it. So this is like the light novel of it. Okay, everything between how impactful someone is to the world and how many people they have affected determine the price of their lifespan. Damn. Curious, Kusunoki decides to see the place. There, he meets a mysterious clerk, a girl named Miyagi. Miyagi informs that Kusunoki's entire lifespan is worth 300,000 yen. Damn, about $3,000, abysmally lower than average. Realizing this his future is worthless, Kusunoki sells his lifespan, keeping only 3 months so that he can enjoy the money. The next day, he awakens to Miyagi knocking on his door. As a policy of the company, she was sent to watch over Kusunoki for the next 3 months until his death. With the money he acquired and only 3 more months to live, Kusunoki seeks to amend his hopeless life under Miyagi's watch. Wow, this seems very interesting. Damn. And depressing as well, I guess. Okay. Damn, this is... You know what? Even though I haven't read it, I'd give this a seal of approval because the synopsis in itself is so interesting. Okay. Right. Okay, what is the next one? I think this is Solanin, I think. Let me check. Solanin. Yeah, this is Solanin. I remember talking to you about this. You recommended this to me. You know what? Let me read the synopsis. Okay, manga was adapted into a live action film. Okay. Okay, plot. Meiko and Taneda graduated from university 2 years ago. Having no real goals or direction, they step into society clueless. Meiko works as an office lady to pay the rent for her apartment, while Taneda works as an illustrator in the press company, earning just enough to take some of Meiko's burden. While Taneda often meets up with his bandmates from the university days to jam, he feels something is missing. His bandmates know what it is. They need to step out, promote themselves, and let their songs be heard by a larger crowd, which has been their dream since the first meeting of the university's pop music club. Unhappy with the rhythm of their normal graduate life, things change when two important decisions are made. Meiko decides to quit her job, and Taneda decides to devote time to write his first proper song for the band. Having broken free of their old routines, they now find themselves uncertain of where the new life will take them. Slowly, Meiko and Taneda come to embrace the unpredictable future together, but an unexpected tragedy occurs, changing their lives and the lives of their friends forever. Interesting. Okay, right. Okay, seems like a very interesting plot. Even though they didn't really, obviously it'll be, I'm guessing it'll be a spoiler. They didn't really tell us what that change is, but I'm guessing it's something very significant. Okay, right. Then next we have Pandora's Heart. I've heard a lot about the. Okay, this is manga. I'm guessing. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this. It has an anime adaptation, but I think I've heard a lot of people say that the manga is way better. But I haven't read it or watched it, so I cannot really say much. But I've heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about Pandora's Heart manga, so I can see that being here as well. Okay, this is Ashita no Jo, I'm assuming, isn't it? Yeah. Is it? Wait a minute. Let me just double check. Ashita no. Yeah, that is Ashita no Jo. It's a boxing show. I'm guessing. Wait a minute. Did you say anime or manga? No, manga. Okay. It has an anime, hasn't it? I think so. So okay, now I haven't watched it. I usually do not watch sports or boxing related. There's a lot of other boxing related animes and mangas there. But I'm assuming this is obviously not really centric on that. It probably has a really good story along with, for example, like Sangatsu no Lion. It is like a shogi show, but obviously that's not the thing. The thing is way something else. The main plot of the story is not shogi. It's something else. I'm assuming Ashita no Jo is also something like that. But I haven't watched it or read it, so I cannot really say much about it. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about it though. So okay. Next is, wait, this is Sun Pandora Hearts, Ashita no Jo. What is this? Is this? Let me check. Just a minute. Yeah, real. Okay, what is this about? Let me see. Plot. Story revolves around three teenagers: Nomiya, Tomomi, a high school dropout. No, Nomiya Tomomi, a high school dropout. Togawa Kiyoharu, ex-sprinter who now plays wheelchair basketball. Oh, and Takahashi Hisanobu, popular team of high school basketball team who finds himself in a paraplegic after accident. Real features a cast of characters who find themselves being marginalized by society but are all united by one common feature: desire to play basketball with no place to play. Nomiya, being a high school dropout, has no future in his life. Togawa, being difficult personality, finds himself constantly feuding with his own teammates. Takahashi, once a popular team leader, now finds himself being unable to move from the chest down. Real also deals with the reality of physical disabilities. Okay. And psychological inferiority that the characters struggle against. The characters break through its own psychological barriers bit by bit. Wow. Okay. Interesting. That's quite interesting. Okay. I can see this being here as well. Right. Next is ReZero. What is, I'm guessing, light novel? Yeah. Again, I talked about this. I can see ReZero light novel being here. The anime itself is so good, and I've heard the light novel gets better. So okay, agree with this being here. Sangatsu no Lion, definitely. Wait, anime or anime? Okay, yeah, definitely. Again, a seal of approval. I myself have this on it, and I talked about it. This is one of the shows that I just find it so close to my heart. So yeah, Frieren. Okay, Frieren, manga or anime? Anime. Okay. We're getting it. Frieren. Obviously, we're getting Frieren, and I'm sure we'll get more of it. We watched season 1. Absolutely fantastic. Amazing. Yeah, definitely deserves to be here. 100% agree with it. Then we have Zaregoto. Now, obviously, Zaregoto is another Nisio Isin light novel. Since I do not read light novel, I have not read this. I do know it has an anime, but every person I've talked to about, every person has said don't watch the anime. I don't know why. They've said like don't watch the anime. If you can read the light novel. I don't know why. It probably is not good, I'm guessing, or maybe it doesn't bring out the truth, like emotions that you can read through the light novel. But anyways, if someday I get time enough to read light novels, I feel like the first few light novels that I'll read will be, I'm just going to say, like, there's a few light novels I have in my head that I'll probably read the first thing if I start reading light novel. Number one is obviously Bakemonogatari, not Bakemonogatari, the whole Monogatari series. Zaregoto I also kind of have a plan on. If I read light novels, I'll read it probably. And Spice and Wolf, I actually plan on, if someday I read read novels, I'll probably read Spice and Wolf as well. I'm watching the anime now, and it's low-key one of my favorite shows. Even though I did watch it before, but I can get the true essence of the show now that I'm rewatching it. And with this, and I've heard like the novel is even better than that. So yeah, so I feel like these three are like in my head. I feel like if I get time in the future, I'll probably read these 3 light novels. Not now. I don't have any time now, man. Like really, with the amount of things I do. Okay. Then Steins Gate. Wait, not visual novel? I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. 100% agree. Yes. Yeah. I myself have it on my list. So there you go. What is this? What? What is that? Let me check. Intama Madoka Magica. Solan Pandora House Ashtana Joria. Is it this one? Yokohama Kaida Shikiko? What is that? Oh, okay. Wait, what is this? Interesting. Okay, wait a minute. It's manga, isn't it? Let me read the synopsis here. This is an old, yeah, that art style itself. Okay. Series depicts the daily life of an android who runs a coffee shop. Oh, okay, wait. Yokohama Kaida Shikiko is set in a peaceful post-cataclysmic world where mankind is declined after an environmental disaster. Exactly what happened is never explained. Sea levels have risen significantly, inundating coastal cities such as Yokohama. Mount Fuji erupted in living memory. Climate change has occurred, with the seasons being less pronounced. Thus, winters are milder, summer isn't scorching anymore, reduced human population has reverted to a simpler life. The reader is told this is the twilight of human age. One scene depicts an anti-aircraft missile being used in a firework display. What? Yeah. Instead of raging against their fate, humans have quietly accepted. Okay. Alpha Hatsuseno is an android robot person who runs an out-of-the-way coffee shop, Cafe Alpha, on the lonely coast of Miura Peninsula in Japan, while her human owner is on a trip of indefinite length. Though she spends much of her time alone, Alpha is cheerful, gregarious, and unlike the slowly declining humans, immortal. Most chapters of Yokohama Kaida Shikiko are self-contained slice-of-life episodes depicting Alpha daily activities either alone with customers or on occasional trips to the countryside and to Yokohama for supplies. Whence the shopping log of the title came. Whole chapters are devoted to brewing coffee, taking photographs, repairing a tiny model aircraft engine, sometimes with only a few lines of dialogue. Although through Alpha's experiences, the author brings out small wonders of everyday life, makes the reader aware of their passing, their aircraft, engine runs out of fuel, her sock scooter breaks down, the rising ocean encroaches on her coffee shop, neighborhood children she loves grow up and move away. Oh my god. In evoking a nostalgia of loss, Ashinano follows the Japanese tradition of mono no aware, sadness of transience of things. So it kind of is kind of like freerun in a way, I guess. I'm guessing freerun is like this, because I'm assuming this came way before freerun. Though often self-contained, the stories have continuity, relationships grow, change, and seemingly insignificant details reappear later. Ashinano explains few details of Alpha's world, leaving mysteries that engage the reader as the series unfolds in meandering progression of turns, funny touching, and nostalgia. Okay, that sounds very interesting. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm guessing this is Pluto. I haven't watched Pluto. I plan on doing it later. Uh, Wait a minute. Wait, Pluto is in manga. Okay. I am assuming that is Pluto. I'm not 100% sure. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's Pluto. Okay. So this is manga. So obviously we have an anime, and I've heard the anime is also quite good. Maybe I'll watch it later. I didn't really have when it came out. I didn't really have enough time to read it, so I watch it. So I haven't gotten, like I haven't watched it. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Pluto. Yeah, I can see it being here. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about it. Next we have Horizon. I think this is, yeah, manhwa Horizons. Right. So this is one of the manhwas that I actually read myself, and I remember making a short video on it as well. And oh my god, this one was one of the best manhwas I've read. I usually don't read like manhwas, but this was one of the best ones that I have read. So yeah, definitely deserves to be here. And I'm guessing this is Whale Stars. I have no idea about what this is. What is this? Whale Stars. Whale Stars. What? Okay, showing me a few constellations. What? Manhwa. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whale Star. What is this? Is there any synopsis? Let me check. Is there any synopsis here? Wait. Okay, here we go. Year 1926 is the retelling of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. Oh, I see. And Joseon, present-day Korea, is under colonial Japanese rule. Sua Hyo is a handmaiden who spends her day walking and swimming in the sea. Her work is her whole life until one day she discovers a wounded independence fighter named Uhyun Kang washing up on the shore. She nurses him back to health only to lose her ability to speak. In a botched murder attempt at Uhyun's comrade, Song, as she travels to her capital to get revenge, she finds herself growing more and more intertwined with a strange, brave new world and people within it. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so that is that, I'm guessing. Okay, that sounds quite interesting. Next we have Chaos, the Chaos series, which I'm assuming includes all like the Chaos, Chaos Head, Chaos Child, all of that. Yeah, definitely deserves. It's one of the science adventure series, kind of like Steins Gate. I've read most of the science adventure series. All of them have been really good. And obviously Steins Gate being at the top, but the Chaos series is also like equally good to Steins Gate. So yeah, definitely deserves to be here. Then we have Tsukihime. Again, I talked about it. I myself am waiting for the PC release. So yeah, there you go. I can see it being here as well. Definitely agree with this. Then we have White Album 2. Oh my god, I've heard so many good things about this. I myself started it, but it's so big that I didn't get enough time. And it's a very heavy drama centered novel, and it's about music. So if I get time, I'll probably start rereading it. I read it for a little while and I didn't have enough time to continue it. But I'll probably give this a try once again. But yeah, I can definitely see White Album 2 being here, because the little that I've read is a very well narrated story. I could feel being, like, very much invested in it. So yeah, there you go. Next is Mahoyo, obviously, like, it's there on my list as well. Definitely, deserves to be here, 100%. And then we have the Fate. I'm guessing the visual novel. Yeah, which again, like I said, it's been so long that I don't really remember that much. But I remember Fate. I haven't got a really good time with Fate as well. I'm waiting for the remake visual novels so that I can read it again. So yeah, I can see Fate being here as well. Right. So you know what? Quite a good amount of shows that I can, I really like here. So I would put you on the top for now. Wait a minute. I'd probably give you a list like a 9 out of 10 or something. So for now, you are at the top. Yeah, for now you're at the top. So there you go. That was this video. I'm going to end it here. I was only able to do, including mine, 3 people's. Oh my god. Yeah, so so each one is like taking like 40 minutes or something. Right. This will be a very big this is part 1. This will probably go up until part 5, I'm assuming. And yeah, so that is it, guys. For today, I'll make more videos like this. Right. So I don't know when I'll do the second video. I'll try to do it when I get time. Within 3 or 4 days, I'll probably put the second part. The second part will probably contain Wenli-chan, Fuse and Kazura, Lin. I don't know if I'll be able to put in 4. If I'm able to put in 4, I'll put in Meluka Glazer as well. But I'm guessing each video will probably be like 3 people or 4 maximum. So there you go. And that is it, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, like I don't know. Like, let me know. Should I try to concise the whole thing? Like, I feel like this is the problem. Since I do reactions and I go into like step-by-step discussions, every time I discuss about something, it just gets like elongated. Like I cannot concisely speak about anything. I just always go on about something. So yeah, like, I'll probably make a little bit effort to concise it a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, so that is it. That's the first video. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, more videos will come. I'll cover every single person little by little, and it'll probably take a while, but little by little I'll cover everyone and make separate videos on them. So if you're still here, thanks for watching. This is 2-hour videos, god damn it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out, and your opinions, and anything you want to discuss about. And yeah, so that is it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will come out in a few days. Like 3 or 4 days later, I'll probably get enough time to make another video. I think we'll see. So yeah, see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.